In this video, I will show you how to make a fishtail braid. Today, we're going to be using our Jersey Be Good yarn in the bubblegum pink colourway. Let's get started. To demonstrate this technique, I've started off by cutting a single strand of yarn, which is 2.5 meters long, but make sure to refer to your pattern as it might instruct you to cut a different length. I've folded the strand equally in half once, so you can see I've got my two cut ends and then a looped end, and then I'm going to bring them together to fold the strand in half once more. And to demonstrate this technique, I'm going to show you how to work the fishtail braid by initially attaching it to a knitting needle. But again, your pattern might instruct you to do otherwise, so make sure you check it. So I've got my two strands, make sure they're not crossed over, two strands falling either side. So I've got this strand on my left, this strand on my right, and then these two strands here are joined by the loop at the bottom. So think of your two central strands as 1 and 2. And then these two strands on your outside edge, you're going to cross them over in a sequence over the top of these two strands. These will form the center of your braid. So begin by taking the strand on your left and passing it over strand 1 and under strand 2, like so. Then take your strand on your right and pass it over strand 2 and under strand 1. And you're going to gently pull on those two edge strands until they sit close underneath the knitting needle and you've got a sort of V forming. Okay, so now you're going to take the strand on your left again, pass it over strand 1 and under strand 2. Take the strand on your right and pass it over strand 2, under strand 1. And you're going to gently pull them tight so that they sit snug underneath the knitting needle. So the first couple of repeats, it looks a little bit strange, but after a while you'll soon see the fishtail braid forming underneath the needle. So let's see that a few times more. Take the strand on your left, over strand 1, under strand 2. Now pass the strand on your right, over strand 2 and under strand 1. And gently pull them tight. You might also want to hold on to the middle strands to push those edge strands up, like so. You can see that it's a really simple sequence to follow. And now you can begin to see your fishtail braid forming. So I'm going to do a couple more repeats, just so it's a bit more established. And you don't want to pull those strands too tight. Just make sure they're all pulled kind of to an even tension so that your braid stays the same width as you're working it downwards. So there you have it. Continue to repeat those steps, passing the strand on your left over strand 1 and under strand 2, then taking the strand on your right, passing it over strand 2 and under strand 1. And that's how you make a fishtail braid.